रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम.
Hats off to the living legend Kamal Hassan for the classic Hey Ram. Some movies need multiple viewing to appreciate the amount of hard work and preparation gone into production. Hey Ram is one such movie. An overkill in symbolism, which in turn offers a veritable roadmap into the psyche and philosophy of the writer-director of the movie, Kamal Hassan. Kamal Hassan and his penchant for experimentation need no introduction. Over a period of time, the world has come to understand and recognize the man known for his insatiable appetite for learning, experimentation, and exploration. Kamal's Hey Ram is a movie that's on par with the world cinema. Besides acting, he has done an amazing script work and has also directed and produced the film. Hey Ram was supposedly Gandhi's last words. Now, some researchers say that Gandhi never uttered those words, even though he may have intended to. Ironically, the man who shot Gandhi was a Ram, as in Nathuram Godse. In the movie, we have two other Rams trying to do the same, Sri Ram Abhayankar and Saket Ram. Gandhi is not shown uttering Hey Ram before his death in this movie. So, the title's significance is open to interpretation and discussion, as is the rest of the movie. Once you know how films are made, even when watching a good film or a great film, a distance sets in. Only a few films makes us question, how can one make such a film? Hey Ram is that, and there are only a few films globally that can truly be called epics. It would be of interest to note that the film was being made when another Kamal film had already kicked off, Marudanaik. So naturally, Kamal was into a thorough research on the freedom movement and its obscured characters. Hey Ram presents one such perhaps fictional character that was though not instrumental in changing the course of history, an inlet to the mind of the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi. Starting with the name Saket Ram, symbolism spills over everywhere. Saket is considered the Buddhist name of Ayodhya. As a field assistant, he works under Sir Mortimer Wheeler, a colonial army officer turned archaeologist belonging to the quintessential imperialist school. The significance of this association to the discourse of the movie is revealed later at an important place. Amjad Ali Khan, a Pathan Muslim friend and associate of Saket Ram, speaks of the pacifist nature of Harappan civilization. While Saket Ram subtly blames Amjad for asking for Pakistan, Amjad denies the charge and reveals that he loves life too well to live in a land governed by Shariat, a feeling which the liberal, pork-loving, secular Jinnah would have definitely shared. A party song at a Karachi club almost foresees Ayodhya conflict and calls an indifferent parallel between Babur and Rama, a comparison unimaginable for that period. That is blatant symbolism, overcooked and yet raw. As the movie moves to Calcutta, the direct action day is shown with all its cruelty and fury. Then the Hindu-Sikh retaliation is also shown. That was when Saket Ram loses his Bengali wife Abarna to rapine Islamists and also his humanity. His descent into hate politics is shown with a remarkable similarity to a scene from Interview with the Vampire. The blood-licking lizard symbolizes the inhuman nature of communal politics, the inhuman nature of which is felt by Saket deep down even as he allows himself to be drawn into a militant Hindu nationalist school by one Sri Ram Abhayankar. Saket Ram remarries this time a Vaishnavite Tamil girl, Maithili, and something subtle takes place. From Vande Mataram, the culture moves to Vaishnava Janado. Maithili brings a painting of Andal, a Vaishnavite Bhakti saint, even as Saket shows her the Durga painted by his murdered wife Abarna. This was the time when the nation itself is moving from Shaktic to Vaishnavite signals, and Gandhi is both the pioneer and catalyst of this moment. Almost at the midway point of the film, and after the meeting with Abhyankar, we see a changed Saket Ram. He has a cool demeanor and is even willing to smile and be happy. It may seem like he has made peace with his past and is finally on the mend, but the guilt creeps up again as he starts to hallucinate, and the inebriated Ram takes the final step towards deciding to assassinate Gandhi. This entire sequence is an excellent way to show Ram's changing mind and how delusional he gets. At one end, he wants to be happy with Maithili, but on the other end, he could not get over Abarna. The traumatic memories would not let him have a normal life. One of the most unrecognized subtype of PTSD is the presence of psychotic symptoms such as delusions. The film, though trying to exaggerate the symptoms of PTSD for greater effect, still manages to stay pretty accurate to the real life symptoms. Ram becomes delusional and thinks of himself as Lord Rama from the epic Ramayana, and Gandhi and the Muslims he supports as Ravana and his army. This is symbolized by the event taking place during Dashera and Ram triumphantly twirling his mustache as the effigy of Lord Rama burns down the one of Ravana. Saket Ram's twisted Ramayana starts here, where he starts seeing the people around him as twisted versions of the other characters. Abhyanga becomes his Hanuman and Maithili turn into a gun which becomes his Sita. The delusions are shown visually by a whole dream sequence where Ram prepares for the battle. The story here on even follows a few beats from Ramayana, with Ram leaving his family to go on his mission, losing his Sita, his gun, to the Muslims. He meets his old friend Amjad. Ram sees Amjad, a Muslim, as part of the enemy first, but is conflicted by the friendship he shared with him. This is where Ram's Ramayana takes a turn, when Ram finally begins to see Amjad as neither his friend nor enemy, but as his brother. His delusion starts to break. Ram fights to save Amjad but fails. But experience and his subsequent meeting with Gandhi makes him realize that Ram was a real villain here, with his actions both starting a religious shootout and also claiming the life of his brother. What follows next is Ram's final shot at redemption, where he tries to ask for forgiveness to Gandhi only to be denied the opportunity. In the present day, Saket has one last hallucination before he dies, where he sees his Sita, but this time it is his Maithili. To think one man handled the various departments of writing, production, and direction, and also headlined the film is a proof of Kamal Hassan's love for cinema, his understanding of the craft, and the ability to direct a film that has stayed relevant. Keeping Saket Ram alive amidst the chaos is a thing of beauty. Salute, Mr. Hassan.